Good morning, this is Paul from Halligan Design, and this morning we're going to do a tutorial on Google Analytics. This is to give you just a quick overview of how the dashboard is set up, what's some of the general information that you can get easily. This is a deep system, really well thought out by Google, and it can do a lot in terms of setting up campaigns for you, tracking campaigns, working in conjunction with Google AdWords. You can set goals. There's quite a bit of that you can deal here, but we're just going to kind of touch on the basic overview. To start with, we're on Audience Overview, and what we're seeing here is 1 month of traffic, which is the current month, and what we're seeing are visits to the site. There are several different parameters that we can set here, from new visits, bounce rate, page views, unique visits. You can track, see different things on a monthly basis from this menu here. We're going to stick with visits, and up in the upper right here, what we can do is we can control what the period of time is that is being viewed here. Right now, this is the current month that's in here. We could extend that to 2 months if we wanted. We could extend it to a year if we wanted. And we could also compare. We can compare 1 year to another. We can compare 1 month to another. If we click compare here, see that, okay, we have August and September. And if we hit apply, what we're doing is we're seeing what the traffic flow is for the 2 months. If we scroll down a little bit farther here, we're also seeing what's happened in those 2 months. How many visited, what the difference is from month to month, page views, average visit duration, how many new visitors, percent of visitors, unique visitors, page visits, bounce rate. Very valuable information that you can use just in understanding, what your traffic was like for the month. I'm going to switch this back to just the month view. Also to the right here, we can see in this particular month how much traffic we had on an hourly basis. It tracks, give you a graph based on a daily, weekly, and monthly trends. So we'll keep it on day, which is the default. I'm going to look at the menu to the left here, and if we look at demographics and location, this is an area that can be valuable to you. If you click through to where your business is located and where most of your traffic comes from, you can see very quickly what towns, what areas are getting the most traffic from. And it'll break it down here below: Guilford, Brantford, Madison. The bulk of the traffic is coming from those 3 towns organically. Let's say that you had a campaign that you were going to start, though. You're going to do a print campaign up in Middletown or New Haven, or maybe a Google AdWords campaign targeted to the New Haven area. This is a terrific way to know how successful that campaign is going to be in driving traffic to your website, because it'll show up here, and it'll show up in a comparison on a month-to-month basis. So this is a really great little part to keep in mind when trying to get the most out of your website. Traffic sources. We do an overview of traffic sources, and this is going to tell us just some general information on traffic coming to the site. You can get specific. If we click all traffic, we're going to see that from Google organic searches, we're getting 206 visitors. So a very large portion of the traffic to the site is coming organically through Google. And that's a reason to really pay attention to your SEO, to your keywords, to make sure that your website is optimized for keywords that are relevant to your content and relevant to the visitors coming to the site. The better job you can do with your organic keyword search, the better you're going to be in terms of that organic traffic. You can also go down and view organic traffic here and see, go down, drill down a little bit farther on it. So this is the search overview. This is the organic search, what people have kind of put in, how they've kind of searched and ended up here. So if somebody, say, searched for Dr. Bryce McManus in Guilford, and they saw that health options was one of the listings, they clicked on health options and got there. So there's different ways, people typed in health options and that's how they got to the site. 143 of these aren't really, you don't really know how they ended up organically to the site. But this kind of gives you a little bit of information of, how people are tracking into the site, what keyword phrases they might be using. We can show a larger number, which would give us a little bit more depth. Chirosacral therapy in Connecticut. Well, one person was searching for that and ended up at the site. Difference in Reiki and manual integrative therapy. Somebody typed that in and came to the site. So keyword search is just one of those ways that people are going to end up at your site. If you had a Google ads campaign, then that would show up in this paid area. Social, if you had Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, any social media active, trying to drive traffic, it would show up here in terms of the conversions from those places. So we're on the social page, and continuing with that, we'll see that this can, like I said, that this can give you an overview of what's going on with your social media. If click down to content, what we can see from an overview is what pages on the website have been visited, and you'll see that practitioner page is your most frequently visited page, and home page is right behind it. Gives you a good reference point in terms of which pages are popular. Obviously, you're going to want to know where people are going on the site, what they're landing on, and what they're interested in, and this is the place that you'll really get a good perspective on that. You can also, under content, see behavior flow, which is kind of interesting because that actually shows you how people come into the site, where they go once they get to a particular page, going from the home page, people go to the practitioner page and on, and you can scroll to the right and really follow that all the way out to the point at which people leave the site, the red indicating where they jumped off. Under site content, we go to all pages. You can get a little deeper understanding of just, you know, the pages that were, the landing pages that people came to, and what they did when they were there, how they exited. So that's your overview on the Google Analytics, how to use it from the point of view of getting started. I encourage you to get in here, roll up your sleeves, and really spend some time trying to understand this. There's some great tutorials that you can Google on YouTube that will give you information, knowledge on particular areas. And your website is all about the traffic and getting the conversions and understanding where people are coming from, going to, and reaching your goals this is a terrific tool to have that happen. Have a great day. It's Paul Halligan at Halligan Design.